What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan. I'm BMX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have a battle report update for the Digimon TCG. We just participated in booster boxes, online regionals for the BT21 format. Came in 61st place, didn't do too bad. Got ourselves an extra couple event packs for our trouble, so hopefully we get closer to those protoforms and those Shadramons that are expensive as all heck. Especially since we have a limited amount of online events. So hopefully, we'll start to pull those cards that we wanted to with those extra event packs. We'll see what happens. But anyways, we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about the deck profile, what we ran, which was Megidramon, purple-red Megidramon. And we're going to talk about the matchups, how I did with a record of 5, 1, and 3. So, yeah, unfortunately, I was hoping to go at least six wins, but my last two matches, I got 2-0'd pretty good, unfortunately. But we'll go through all that very soon here. And first we'll start with, what we ran, how we played the deck, and how we feel about this build if we want to make any changes. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. All right, well, let's get into it, guys. Here we have Digimon, our 4 eggs on deletion. Add a Growlmon or Guilmon back. You gotta play 4 of it. It's the best egg for this deck. The rookie lineup is solid. I wouldn't change it. 4 of that, 3 of that. I never really... It might have been like one game where I was like, oh man, I wish I had a Rush Geo. It really didn't come up, and I just feel like you don't need a 4th copy of it. The deck space is super tight, and there's better cards you could have, so I feel like 3 is a good number, and I like it at 3. Growlmon, again, both Growl X and Growlmon. I would honestly love to play more Growlmon, but I wouldn't really want to play more of this guy. I'd rather just play more of this guy, which you can. So I think this is a perfect ratio because it gives you a 5th option as well. And then if you absolutely have to, you can go into the Growl X. I didn't have a problem with this lineup either. Always really, really solid. And, just nice having, 9 level 4s. War Growl, X-Antibody. See, I don't get the whole Skull Greymon thing. I kind of do, but I don't. This is kind of cool just because it gives you opportunities to use the Digimon I designed off of his ability and to potentially get extra checks if you have a very, really hard memory source, because your Megidra can then check 4, check 3, and then you trash the top with the War Growl. So, and it does give you another level 5 option to go into if you have to. You can play it off of the Scramble. Lots of good things. I don't think I would change that either. Megidramon at 3. Sometimes it felt like it was hard to find, but I just feel like 3 is a good number. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should be running a 4th copy. But I like it at 3, and I like playing 2 of this Gallantmon, 1 of that, and 1 of the Medieval Gallantmon. This came up a couple times. It was really good. Sometimes it feels like I should be running more of the BT13 Gallantmon, but the problem with that is you got to get your mill engine going hard before he's free. So there's that. You want him to be 3 or less, generally when you summon him. This guy's easier to make free, just because he's only 12 instead of 13. And he doesn't require you to have no Digimon. It just requires your opponent to have a 13k DP Digimon or more. So I definitely think that, both are good. I would say this guy's a little bit better. Their recovery's really good. And it Digivolves for 3. The thing is this guy in your hand, you don't want to have to Digivolve on a War Growl. So, I feel like 2 and 1 are still the best ratio. Although sometimes it feels like, man, I wish I had that BT13 guy. And then, of course, you can't add him back, though. You got the Digimons, you can add him back when you need him. Analog Youth. 4 copies of Analog Youth is pretty good. Most games I really went hard and won really fast. I usually had 1 to 2 copies of this on the board. It's a good card, especially if you don't have all your on-deletion memory gains in there. It kind of makes up for that. So I do like this. I don't know if I would keep it at 4. Might cut it down to 3. I've always said, like, maybe I need more options in this build, and if I did probably cut something, I would cut that down by 1 and play another option. Like, I'd play a 4th Wisdom or maybe a 3rd Purple Memory Boost. I like 3 Grab Crush, staying with that. I definitely like at least 3 Wisdom Training. I wouldn't go down on that. You have to play Calling, you have to play Jack Raid. Jack Raid Auto Security saved me like a couple times today. I don't really like Purple Memory Boost. I honestly don't like it. So that's why I put it at 2. So I don't know if I would actually run 3 or if I would just run a 4th Wisdom Training. Yeah, I just... I know it gives you memory, just like Grab Crush does, but I just hate having to play it. But it does search 4, which is nice. Although it puts stuff on the bottom of your deck, which isn't always nice. So, I mean, it's hit or miss with the Purple Memory Boost. So maybe I'd run it at 3. The Digimon I designed, I like this card as well. I don't know, I like it a lot. I never had it come out of security, which sucks because it would have been nice out of security. And the delay ability I was able to use a couple of times. Now that I understand it a little bit more, I can use it better. Seeing as that I can use it off of the Digimon deletion after summoning the Rush Kyo. That's something I really think is really good. So I think I would probably still play it at 2, although I just don't think its on play is very good. Draw 1, trash 1 for 2 is not that great. If this was a 1 cost, I would say it would have been perfect. Draw 1, trash 1, but it does let you Digivolve in the trash for free, which is really good. So yeah, I'll give it a pass anyways. But yeah, Digimon I designed, it's all right. And then yeah, that's pretty much the build. Like I said, we can make a few alterations here or there. I love Red Scramble, although it does whiff if you get Wisdom Training. Get off Wisdom Training, which is unfortunate, and will whiff off Purple Memory Boost, but it does add a Medieval Gallantmon back to your hand, which can be really good if that's the play you want to go and you want to try and like shut down your opponent's on plays, which can be really good, especially if they give you a bunch of memory and you're able to suspend their stuff. And yeah, it's really good. So I'd say that that's worthwhile. Especially if you can take out an ace. That's always good. But yeah, so that's why I play the Red Scramble over the Purple Scramble. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Do you think that's not enough? I mean, you can also add basically all the Gallantmons back. So that's why, again, I think Red Scramble over Purple. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, let me know what you guys' thoughts on that are. That is the deck. That's how it went. Our matchups were as followed. So round 1. So I had round 1. Faced off Alphamon. We only got through game 1. Never finished game 2. Probably would have been anybody's game. Could have been his. Could have been mine. Just took too long. First game 1. By the time we finished. So I won that 1-0. Round 2, I faced Sakuyamon. I went 2-1. Pretty good game. Back and forth. Game 2 was given to me. My opponent had a poor connection. It kept knocking out. He called the judge, not me. I was actually like, yeah, sure. I was being very, accommodating, and he thought it was me. So he called the judge, and I was like, no, it's not me. And the judge was like, yeah, it's not him. And yeah, he cut out like 2-3 more times, which the judge gave him a game loss, which was unfortunate. But he, like I said, he's the one who chose to call the judge. I mean, I probably should have called the judge. It's probably better just to call the judge anyways. But like I said, I'm a very accommodating person, so I try to, be that way. So he unfortunately lost game 2, and then I won game 3. He fixed his connection. I won game 3. And then round 3, I went and faced Umblum. Umblum. If I get it wrong, I'm sorry. From shout out to him at the Brick City Discord. Again, great player. And I managed to go 2-1 versus Blue Green Imperial. Felt like I should have lost because he is a really good player. But I think I just sacked really hard. It is Digimon after all. So, and he was having trouble getting to those Stingmons. But really good matches. And round 4, I tied to Gallantmon in time on game 3. I probably would have lost. But like I said, we just went into time. And this is where, kind of gets a little bit annoying because the opponent was a little bit, he kind of slow played the entire game. And I was, like I said, very accommodating, and, taking his time. And I was like, okay, well, you know what, sometimes I take my time to think out my combos. So I'm going to be accommodating, right? Even though, he's kind of going back and forth trying to think of what he's going to do. Some turns are taking a couple minutes here or there. And so I was like, okay, whatever. And then we got to the end of the game 3, and I'm trying to think my way out of the, so I can either, not lose. And he's being very pushy. He even called a judge in on time. And so that kind of behavior really doesn't sit well with me because, if you're going to take your time on your turns and then get super panicky when we get into time, I feel like, you need to be a little bit nicer and think about things you're doing. So that was my only complaint about that match. Again, I probably would have lost, but, we went into time. And there's another game I should have won, and I didn't win because of time. So that's just how the game is played, unfortunately. Round 5, I went 0-1. It was my first loss of the day was round 5, and that was to a vegetation deck. Holy moly. It's like the Bloomlord engine, but he was using top end was Zephicamon Ace and was Leopardmon and Varoduramon, and then having DNA Digivolve into, I can't remember, I think it's Chaos Valderarm, I want to say. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. The one that makes it so you can't unsuspend and on plays don't go off. So anyways, that was an interesting game. I should have tied that game, but this is what we said. I basically won in time. So I had the Gallantmon, BT13 Gallantmon, would have been able to play him down, attack for game, but I had 15 seconds left in overtime. So I was like, okay, Megidramon dies, and then I'm not going to activate any of the effects and other than the memory gain, and I'm going to play the Gallantmon, which is for free, and attack for game, and my opponent kind of, basically he questioned it. Well, what do you mean? You can't choose not to activate these effects? I'm like, yes, I can, because all of the summon effects are you may. So this guy's you may, Megidramon, that's you may. The Digimon is you may, so I don't have to activate them. So I knew that because from the previous round, because I was wondering if they were mandatory or not, because they created certain situations for me. Where he was able to win, actually. I probably would have won game 1 had I known, versus his deck that I didn't have to put these guys on the board. So I knew after game 1, these are Yumeis, you don't have to activate them. I knew because we had just counted and we had over 30 cards, and I was putting a stack of 5 cards or more in the trash, and all I was doing was summoning the Gallant from my hand and doing the rush attack. So I knew I had 35, so I knew he was free, and I had 2 memory. So, even if he wasn't free, he would have been 1. So I knew I had enough memory, or that he was free. I knew that I had activated the only effects I needed to, which were the memory boost. And basically, because he questioned me, I lost. Because he questioned that, and I had to go through the motions, which takes more than 15 seconds to show him exactly what's going on. The attack didn't get through, which it kind of frustrates me because I summoned the monster, I declared the attack. Which is, he had nothing on board to blow up or anything like that. So I summoned the monster, declared the attack within the 15 seconds that I had left. But because he questions it, then it doesn't happen, and then I don't get the win. So that is a little bit frustrating. But if time is time, then same goes for that other guy. If he's going to complain about you need to move faster because we only got 3 minutes left and stuff like that, especially after you slow playing the whole game. So if that's gonna be the case, so I was a little bit ticked off about that, but I kind of said, hey, you know what, fine, time is time. You obviously have the win, but I could have debated it. I didn't choose to. So, and he was a nice guy. Like I said, unlike the round 5 guy, the round 6 Sorry, unlike the round 4 guy, the round 5 guy was a nice guy, so I was glad to give him the win. Round 6, 1-0 against Royal Knights on game 2 with advantage. So I probably would have won game 2, but we just went into time, so it really didn't matter. And then round 7, I went 2-0 against the mirror match. Basically, whoever sacks first, sacks hardest, wins. So yeah, round 7. It was pretty good. Round 8, I went 1-2 loss against the mirror match again. Close game 3, small misplay, which would have, potentially, actually probably would have won me the game. Yeah, again, misplayed a little bit, and wasn't able to get the game. And then in round 9, I faced Gallantmon again. Got 2-0'd by Gallantmon. I would have won the second game had I not misplayed. I overthought things. So when you have this card on the board and you have a Rush or Guillemon in trash, you don't want to summon this Growlmon. You want to summon the Rush Guillemon, because then you can Digivolve into the Gallantmon for free, go into the Growl X, and then I would have had enough memory to go into War Growl, and then potentially go up into Megidramon, which I drew into later, basically, from doing all these steps. So really what I did is I put myself at a disadvantage by, not playing this, playing that instead. Even if I hadn't, there's still a chance I could have won. I had a Geo Rush Guillemon in my backhand, and I had at least 5 memory. I could have potentially, and a ton of cards in the trash, I could have potentially played, and I think I also had a Grab Crush in hand. I could have potentially played the Guillemon, attempted to attack. If that would have died, I could have played the Gallantmon for free, swung over the next security, and then just played the Rush Geo for game, because this would have been free or 1 cost. So I would have definitely cleared enough memory for that. So again, I was overthinking things, and it just ended up screwing me over in the long run. So you got to watch out for that, because at least I would have maybe tied, if not at least won one of those. I would have won that second match. So just got to be careful, slow down, think about what you're doing, because sometimes it does have a lot of a bearing on what's going on. And like I said, all it took was not realizing that I needed to go Guillemon into the Growlmon, because once I go into this guy, he can't attack. Whereas this guy, then he can't attack. So that was unfortunate, but it's it's the way it is. But it was a good day, like I said. Top 64, which is kind of what I was aiming for. If I would have won that last match, I would have got top 32, because he got top 32. I would have either got it or bubbled out, but I think some of my other losses had good matchups. So I think I would have probably got top 32 with a 6-1-2 record. Just unfortunately it didn't work out that way. But top 64 is really good, and hopefully we do better next time, and maybe we'll make some changes up. Maybe, I'm not sure yet, maybe I'll run Megidramon, maybe I'll run something else. But I'm really liking this deck, and it's really fun. And tell me what you guys think about this. What changes do you think you make? Do you think I could have made different decisions? What do you think about time? Does that dictate, who wins, who loses? Especially if you manage to declare the attack before that time has been called. Do you think that should be the moment that the attack was declared? Or do you agree that you have to go through and prove to your opponent that you have, all the stuff to do that? Like I said, a lot of different things with this game, and it's always kind of funny how it works out. But I enjoyed the tournament. It was a lot of fun, a lot of good people, a lot of good matchups, especially my friends from the Brick City Discord. Looks like that's all time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.